What up, guys? In this video, I want to take you through step by step as to how I made my first $1,000 in the photo and video space and give you guys actionable steps that you can take to do the same. So let's hop right into it. So for those of you that may not know me, my name is Ryan Rail. I dropped out of college after my sophomore year of college to pursue my creative agency full-time, and since then I've hit multiple $10,000 months. I've traveled the country just because I hold a camera in my hand, and I absolutely love what I do. So I'm on a mission right now to not only provide the best service possible for the clients that hire me, but I'm also on a mission to inspire and teach the next generation of people that are coming up in the creative space. First things first right now. If I can do this, so can you. I was not like this super smart kid in high school. I didn't really care about my academics that much. I wasn't like a super ambitious guy. Like, I just enjoyed taking photos, and I knew that I wanted to make money with it. So at the end of the day, like, breaking this barrier of, you know, your first $1,000, your first $10,000 in the photo and video world, like, you can do it. It's just, you need to break that mindset. That's the first thing. You need to break the mindset, like, that you can't do this, because you can, and I can promise you that you can do it if you follow the strategies. So stick around to the end of the video. All right, let's hop into my first paid gig. So my first paid gig, I was a senior in high school. I went to shoot a local high school baseball game. I think I got paid, $100, whatever it was, to take pictures of a bunch of guys. And from that first gig, that was like the turning point where I realized, I was like, I can make money doing this. Like, that was awesome. Like, I did something fun and I made money. Like, that was like the turning point in my life. I was like, I want more of that. It became addicting for me. So after that first gig, I decided to commit myself to it as much as I possibly could, because at the time I was going through a Tommy John rehab. For those of you that don't know, Tommy John in the baseball world takes you out for about 12 to 16 months. So I was completely missing my senior season of baseball, and I couldn't play. So I was like, I need to do something with my life. And that's when I decided to pick up the camera. And from that, once I made money with it, it just became addicting, and I never looked back. And here I am today, preaching to the camera, yapping to you guys in my basement. So let's just keep going. Okay, so what are the actionable steps that I took to actually make my first $1,000? So step number one is that I posted consistently. And when I say consistent, I mean 4 to 5 times a week minimum. So what exactly was I posting? So that's the easy part. Whatever comes out of that camera, you post on Instagram. It's that straightforward. It's that simple. So in my case, I was doing a lot of sports photography and videography. So any photo that I took that was good, of course, or at least somewhat good, any video that I made for somebody, like, that was going up on the Instagram, and I was tagging those people, because when I started to post consistently and every post had someone different that I was tagging in it, like, those guys start to share it. And then it starts to create this little buzz around your stuff, especially once you start to gain skills and start to create higher quality work as you go. Like, it creates a small buzz around what you're doing, and from that is how you find people that want to pay you to do that. So posting consistently is easily the first step in building any business, really. So especially in the creative space, like, you need to be posting whatever's coming through that lens. And even if you think that it sucks at first, which it very well could, and that is totally okay, because if you're just starting at something, you're going to suck at it until you get good at it through repetition and consistency. So posting consistently, even if you don't feel like it's this top-notch work, is the first step to making your first $1,000. Okay, so once you're posting consistently on your social platform, the next step that I took was I started DMing potential clients. So in my case, I was DMing every single athlete in my area. The high school kids doing whatever they're doing, they want photos taken of them, especially in the sports world. So when I DM'd these teams or these kids on these teams, like, they're like, of course I want photos taken. And I'll admit, like, I was not comfortable DMing all these random dudes that I don't know, that I'm not friends with. So it's a little nerve-wracking, I'm not going to lie. And even though you're behind a screen, you're still like, oh my gosh, like, what is this guy going to think of this? Like, is he going to say yes? Is he going to say no? And at the end of the day, who cares? Because you DM'd him. And that's the second step in reaching your first $1,000, is going out, putting your name out there as much as you possibly can. 1, through posting consistently. 2, through DMing those potential clients, because eventually if you DM enough people, someone is going to say yes. So the third actionable step that I took towards making my first $1,000 in the photo and video space is offering affordable packages for the people you're trying to sell to. Now, when you're first starting out, you got to remember, like, we don't have a whole lot of leverage when we're beginning. Like, you don't have the social following. You don't have the portfolio to back it up. You might not have any work to back it up. So offering stuff that's affordable and that's like almost a no-brainer, like, yes, I want that, that's a key to getting your first few sales down. And I want to also hit on the fact that free work is something that you're going to have to start out with. Like, I started doing free work before I ever got paid. I probably was doing free work for a month and a half, 2 months, just for my buddies, my team, like, stuff like that, because that's how you're going to get the work to post consistently, right? And then from that is how you can start charging. So now, once you post consistently from that free work. You start DMing people that you want to work for, whether that's athletes, businesses, whatever is in your area. And then if you offer them a photo package or a video package that's literally a no-brainer to the point where it's like not like so dirt cheap to the point where you're making $1, but like, you know, $30-$40 for an individual photo session or a game session, whatever it is. Like, that's the kind of stuff that kids are like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I want that. Why not? And what that does is, one, it gets dollars in your bank account, and two, it allows you to build that brand credibility. So now these guys know your name. They know who you are. They're more likely to come back to you. They're more likely to share your name with friends, with family, with whoever that might be. And it's just a win-win for everybody in the situation. They get cheap photos. You get your name out there, and you're on your way to making your first grand. So now, how does it break down to actually make your first $1,000? I'm going to cover it in the world of sports because that's what I'm most familiar with, but you can kind of apply this strategy to any niche you're in, especially if you're just starting out. So in the sports world, I began charging people $40 a person for 20 to 30 edited images of them in game. So from that, I offered a discount where for every additional person that first original booking got for me on their team. So let's say Jimmy paid me $40 to come take photos of him. For every extra teammate that Jimmy got to purchase from me, Jimmy got $5 off. So if Jimmy got, 5 guys off, he's getting $25 of discount. And that made them my own sales team at the point. So a discount system is definitely something that I recommend looking into on your way to your first 1K. But anyways, back to the mainstream thing here. So like I said, I would charge people $40 a game, and on average, I would find 5 to 6 people per team to photograph. So from that, I was making around, let's say $220 per game, which broke down to 2 hours actually at the game. We'll say 2 hours editing, and then an average 45 minutes round trip, 45 minutes to an hour round trip of driving. So that came out to be roughly 4 hours and 45 minutes total per game for $220, which came out to be $46 an hour as a senior in high school. Not bad. Granted, yes, I was not working every single day all day long, but on a Thursday night, would I go for 2 hours of my day and edit for 2 hours and drive for an hour to make $220? Hell yeah. That's a lot of Chipotle burritos, bro. So you can do the math, but basically it took me just under 5 games to actually crack that $1,000 mark. And once that happened, it just opens a whole new world of possibilities. You're like, holy shit, this is possible. I can do this. There's something going on here. I'm doing something right. And that's the hardest part, is breaking that mindset that it is possible to make a lot of money doing it. I was up in my bed today. I closed a $5,000 retainer. If you told me 2 years ago that I would have done that, I would have told you you're crazy. But when you're just starting out, it's important to understand there is so much potential in this. And the best thing that you can do is keep going at it, because once you quit, you won't know what could have been. But I can promise you that on the other side of that hard work, on the other side of that cheap work, that free work, whatever you're doing right now, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it is going to pay off for you in the long run if you stick to it. So now, what are some of the challenges that you might encounter on the way? Personally, my biggest challenge was confidence in myself and confidence in the work that I was putting out. I was always one that wasn't a super outgoing social guy in high school. I wasn't someone that wanted to just be the center of attention. And then all of a sudden I started posting on Instagram all the time, and people started to catch on that this is what I was doing. So walking through the halls, 99% of people didn't even know what I was doing. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if they find my account? What if they don't like it? What if this? What if that? What if this? And it's just it took a toll on me, honestly, because before I started the page that I run now, I actually deleted an account entirely because of that same fear. I didn't want people to know that I took photos. For whatever reason, I just felt it was embarrassing, or, it was stupid. People would make fun of me for it. And I was so self-conscious about it, and I had no confidence in myself whatsoever at the time. But I want to share with you right now that, yes, there's always going to be those people that might hate on you for whatever you're doing, right? Now, I want you to ask yourself, what are those people doing in their life to make an improvement, do something cool, anything above average? They're probably not doing anything, right? So are we going to listen to those people's opinions or not? I'm going to leave that choice up to you. But at the end of the day, those people are always going to be there. And you either realize that they're not important at all and they don't matter, or you let them completely ruin your life. The choice is yours. To get over that hurdle, though, I remember just reminding myself, I am doing something that is, 1, enjoyable for me, 2, could make a major impact in my future, which it has as I speak to you right now, and 3, who gives a shit what they think? Because at the end of the day, this is what I want to do. This is something that could turn into something bigger in the future, and I love it. So it's who cares what they think? And that took me forever to understand and to move past. And sometimes it still bites me in the butt today. But that is like one of the main things that people need to realize is like other people's opinions literally do not matter because you are on a different path than them. Your path is different from their path. They can go down their path of doing whatever they want to do, but take the road less taken. I promise you it's much better on the other side. So now let's move into some of the main lessons that I've learned, and I've kind of already touched on a few of these already. Number one is posting consistently. I can't reiterate this one enough. Just put your work out there, put your name out there, because if you don't, nobody is going to know that your stuff exists. That is the number one way people are going to find out that you even exist and offer whatever service that you're offering, is posting your work consistently, sharing it, having other people share it, etc. So just post your work consistently. Second one, like I just mentioned, don't care what other people think. Like I said, and I'm going to reiterate it again because I think it's that important. You are on a different path than the people that don't support you. The people that don't support you are not going down the same road you're on. They're not the ones that are driven to go do big things in their lives. Those are the people that just want to be average. They're scared to attack their own big goals and dreams, but you are not. And that is why you are special. That is why you are different. Go down the path that's less taken. I promise you, as I said before, that it is brighter on the other side. Number 3 is just do the work. I have it sitting right here on my desk every day as a reminder. It says the doing needs done. And what that means and reminds me of every single day is that if I don't do the work that is necessary to get to the places that I want to be, I'm never going to go there. I know what I need to do to get to my goals that I have set for myself right now. I just listed out what you need to do to get to your goal of reaching that first $1,000. You need to post consistently. You need to DM people. You need to offer affordable packages or do free work in the beginning to get your name out there as much as possible. And now you can watch this video and say you learned something, but if your actions don't change, if you don't do the work, you haven't learned anything, and you're going to be in the same exact spot that you were before watching this. So just do the work. Lastly, the fourth main lesson that I learned is focus on improvement, because I remember when I started out, I had the issue of comparing my work to the people that I looked up to on Instagram. I was like, why do my photos not look like theirs? Why do my videos not look like theirs? And then I came to this realization about a year into this that I was like, hey, these people have been doing this for like 10 plus years, and here I am, a senior in high school, doing it for 1. So like, how is that even comparable? So just focus on that improvement. Don't think, oh my gosh, my stuff sucks. Think, how can I make this better? How can I improve it? How can I get better today? Because if you focus on that every single day, in a year from now, 2 years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, damn, I did that shit. Like, now look at the improvements that I've made. And now I am one of those people that people look up to or compare their work to in early stages. So don't get too hung up on if you feel like your work isn't that great, because that comes with time. And when you focus on improvement on a daily basis, that's exactly how we get better. So now let's break this down super simple for you guys. What are the actionable steps that you need to take today to get started in this? Number 1, you're going to need an Instagram account. That is the bare minimum. Have an Instagram account, put your name on it, put a business name on it, whatever you want. Start an Instagram account today. Number 2, post consistently. As I've hit on multiple times in this video, put your work out there as much as you possibly can. Number 3, do free work at first and then offer affordable packages if you're just beginning. Like I mentioned, that stuff is going to go a long way. You're going to be able to build relationships. You're going to have more work to actually post, so you can post consistently. And then from that, people will eventually reach out to you, or from the DMs that you send, they'll reach out to you asking for work. Number 3, do free work at first and then offer affordable packages when you're just starting out. As I've mentioned earlier, this stuff is crucial in 1, being able to like actually have stuff to post out consistently, and then 2, getting your name out there as much as possible. You know, getting your foot in the door with that cheap work, with the free work, and then from that, you're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to improve, and you're going to become a dog. Number 4, DM potential clients. That is going to be a heavy hitter. Put your name out there as much as you can. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. The worst they can say is no, and you're in the exact same spot that you just were. Once we've done all that and we have some work under our belt, we can start charging. And like I said, offer affordable packages to start. And then from that, you can slowly increase your rate as we keep going on and on. And then finally, provide an excellent service. No matter how good your photos or your videos are, at the end of the day, if you have a sucky service behind it, you don't know how to be on time, you don't know how to show up on time, you don't know how to deliver the things that you said you were going to deliver, then people aren't going to hire you. So if you don't have a good service, if you don't know how to run the actual business, then people aren't going to pay you. So don't only focus on improving your content, which is just as important, but also focus on trying to provide the best service that you possibly can for your clients. I want to leave you guys with this today. I want you to go after your wildest goals. I want want you to go off the beaten path. I want you to create your own journey, your own path, and I want you to be above average, because if you're watching this video and you made it all the way to the end, it clearly shows that you are an action taker. You want to do something different with your life. You want to grow in this space and become something special. And I am here to help you do that. If you guys want the full guide that I just went over in this video, you can find that link down in the description below. All you need to do is pop your email address in, and that'll be sent straight to your inbox. So if you don't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel, as I plan to begin uploading more videos just like this one in the future for you guys. And be sure to drop a follow over on my Instagram account, where I show a lot of behind the scenes of exactly what it's like running my creative agency at 20 years old. That's just about it for this one. We've got to roll. I'll see you guys in the next one.